is not the best, as oftentimes I don't get my rest. Oh, hey guys, welcome back to another live stream. I am basically going to be doing live streams a lot from now on, and I was just reading my poem. So I really like how it sounds. I started it on Monday. I just had the feeling like I just had one verse. The first verse, which I'll read in just a minute. I had one verse that came to mind, and then it just had evolved or developed from there. And something that, okay, all the crap go back in the other areas back there. They really blend in very well. So just last off topic thing. But I started on Monday, and then on Wednesday at the youth and young adult service, we call ourselves Crew now. At that service, they're talking about what makes you believe. And I really started thinking about it, deep pondering. And I came to realize that it's basically exactly what the poem was about, which is odd because I developed this poem, as I said, I started developing it on Monday. I developed probably half of it on Monday, I believe. Like, I could actually look real quick, but I'm not guaranteed to be able to figure it out on stream. Yeah, I figured probably about roughly a third to half of it beforehand, like that first night. And I was looking up rhyming words because I'm not a rapper. One of my friends is, but you know, he's not doing this. I am. So I just wanted to try to encourage some of you guys and basically tell my experience with living with autism, specifically what kind of effect on time things have with me. I mean, a lot of this has to do with the time and certain times in life. So I'm going to start reading it. It's called Living with Autism Poem, as you can see after the vertical bar in the title. Living with autism is difficult at times, sort of like sucking on limes. Sometimes I'm out of it, like out of the blue, but sometimes I'm fine, like a glass of really good wine. It depends on the situation, like the causation is there. Not that I have any clue, but it is certainly here. I hope you enjoy this poem I rhyme to try to make sense of the time. How I am, there are certain events, random things that usher certain events which cause me to assent in punctuation, and that is. Such a sense are unconsciously bound. They're not something I think about, they're just something I confound. Such things I cannot comprehend, I can't explain, except with deep thought and as the time wane. I cannot always tell what is truly inside, the reason why. So oftentimes I try to hide. To do so, though, is not the best, as oftentimes I don't get my rest. This leads to other problems down the line, such as a stronger hold on the tine of my mind. To not hide those risky business, as I fear there are some who get anxious. How I am, sometimes what I say can give the wrong impression, and then it's in with depression. I can't always control it, though I aim to learn more about my condition and how to encore. Because you see, not always at my best, except when I get enough rest. But life is so convoluted, it's difficult to elude it. There are times I want to speak, but I can't make my mind get up. Such times are hard to bear as I watch the opportunity slip away unaware. I am conscious of such things, but times I just don't care. Such times suggest the state of my mind as aware. You see, I have certain tendencies that such other enmities, but however convoluted this may sound, this is all very true and may astound. The reason being is there have been certain events that suggest seen, and while others would categorize things as mere coincidence, I believe it is God's providence. How I am, I'm not comfortable with advice, even though I could be a wise. There came a time I talked about my experience with planted tanks, and not 5 minutes later, a friend advice and ended up saying thanks. So you see, there are certain times I can give advice on those things in which I am a wise. But I still don't like to. No, it's not my preference. Because I don't want a chance giving bad advice. There are other things too, but due to time, I won't get into them. But no, 1 + 1 = 2. That's just the poem that I scripted based on my experience with living with autism. I do have functioning autism, specifically Asperger's syndrome. And it's something I'm starting to find a little bit easier to talk, but at the same time, I don't always think about how I act sometimes, and I don't always, a lot of things that I tend to do, like, for example, my sister-in-law and myself were dropping off a package at the post office, and you know, me, I'm like, oh, I could get a little bit of exercise into the car instead of walking. And so I ran to the car. When I got in the car, she's like, I didn't know you would run in. And I'm like, well, I just want to exercise. And she's like, you came out of there acting like you had planted the biggest freaking bomb in the place. And I'm like, yeah. So I really wanted to put this in a natural edited video, but unfortunately, I just don't have time. I'm trying to pay rent. I'm following some leads on getting a job. There's 2 places I've applied to, and I am going through Odyssey Services to help me get a job. But the guy who is assigned to me says he has a good feeling that one of these places will be the job that I'm looking for. So I'm still trying to do YouTube while paying rent, while working on projects behind the scenes, and doing that I have. I'm just basically going to do more live streams and less actual edited videos. I will do videos. I'm just going to tentatively plan to do 1 a month on Saturday specials instead of a live stream. And of course, the Business Thursday live streams will still be in effect. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. As I say, there are 0 viewers, which was a little bit weird about doing this live because I don't know, like, it's something that, even though I'm getting comfortable talking about my autism and everything, it's not something I don't know. I didn't know how I felt about doing it live. So I'm kind of happy nobody's watching, but at the same time, I wish there was somebody. But before I leave, I just wanted to kind of explain a couple lyrics in that poem. There was one where I mentioned the tine of my mind, and a tine, if you look it up on Google, is simply like the end of fork, like the 4 poke, the 4 points on a fork. Those are tines, and basically, oftentimes, and it doesn't always happen like this, but oftentimes, if I don't get enough rest, I do like the tine of my mind, where it's like my autism tends to come out a lot more. I tend to be I don't know, like, I am high functioning autism, but I'm only high functioning with my medication. So it's something that it's difficult to really explain everything that I have to explain in a short video, but I am trying to keep short. Another lyric I wanted to explain was the Weiss. A Weiss is basically someone who's really good at something, and I was talking about this tank here behind me, the 50 tall. This is the tank I was talking about in that lyric where I gave right up, and I was like, this is what experience I have on painted tanks. And I don't know if the guys saw it or not, but I'm not super comfortable giving advice because I have a lot of self-doubt. While I've been raised in a very supportive and loving household, it's always been something that I'm basically having to build my life up as my memories and everything else from when I went off my meds, when I found out I was only high functioning with my medication. So I'm kind of building myself back up and building like all the mental webs and everything. I have some trouble forming memories, and that's just something with autism that people should probably be aware of. It's common with autism to have difficulties with forming memories and not always forming them like they should be formed. So if I talk to you in person or anything, don't take offense if I don't remember everything we've talked about, because it's just how I am. So I think I'm going to really end it there, because what else to say on the subject, but I am filming clips of the crabs feeding, so I can kind of do an actual edited video on that. I'm not sure when that's going to come out. I am also working on a few other projects besides the triple hybrid, triple gallon or 20-gallon Hetz Polydarian build series, which will be continuing either on the 5th of August or the 12th of August. So I don't know exactly when that's going to be continuing, but it will be continuing one of those 2 days, one of those 2 dates. They're on the Saturday. They're going to be a Saturday special. I might end up doing a live stream on that. So just be aware of that, and I appreciate your support. Go ahead and like this or comment down below any kind of advice or anything you might have for me. Like, I mean, I'm always open to listening. I'm not, with my views and my beliefs and everything, I'm not always open to certain things. I'm not always comfortable with certain things, but I am always open to hearing you guys' opinion, thoughts, and everything on whatever I'm presenting that day. So if you guys did like this and you really liked it, go ahead and hit that subscribe to support this channel even more. I am now at 50 subscribers. Woo! So I'm super excited about that, and I didn't want to just straight up like war I yell, because that's, tone that down a little bit, because I don't want any headphone warnings to have to be popped up. And honestly, enough with the live streams. I want to be transparent, and the best way I can do so is through live streaming, because you can edit the live streams, but I don't want to, like, I don't choose to. At the same time, it is low quality. My laptop only goes to 720p instead of 1080 like my phone, and that's another reason why I do need the subscribers, because at a certain point YouTube allows you to live stream with the YouTube app, but you have to have, like, I think it's, say, I don't know, 10,000 subscribers or something, which is way off. But at the same time, I know we can hit that within a year if you guys just continue to support me. Like, I really appreciate his views, comments, and your likes, your shares, and everything else. I do highly appreciate that. So if you want to join the crowd, go and hit that subscribe button, and go ahead and just have a great week. And I will continue to present positive. And I'm really, if you want a positive environment, and you love fish and inverts, and you really love aquatic life, you should definitely consider subscribing. Just subscribe and go ahead and join the crab fam. But that's all I got for you guys. Have a great week. Have a blessed week, and just stay classy.